So the S&P 500 has just reached a new all-time high. Everyone's feeling confident and very happy, but if you actually look through history, what we're experiencing now is arguably the riskiest time in at least the last 10 years anyway. So my name's Hans, and on this channel I look at the link between epistemology and how that applies to investing. So when it comes to investing, most people understand the concept of if in doubt, zoom out. But the issue is we just don't go far enough with this. So an average time frame of what people consider the long term would be 25 to 30 years, which sounds reasonable enough because it seems like a really long time, especially when you consider your lifetime. In 25 to 30 years time, most people who think about starting to invest would probably be thinking about retirement by that time. So then the logic is, if you're planning to invest for a time frame of roughly 25 to 30 years, then you look back at the past 25 to 30 years, see how it's done. And if you look at the S&P 500 over the last 25 30 years, it has done very well. So surely by that logic, if we just extrapolate that into the future, we'll continue getting those returns and then we can retire and happy days. But Ray Dalio talks about this concept of the long-term debt cycle, which the vast majority of people miss because it's actually far longer than what most people realize. The average length of a long-term debt cycle from beginning to end lasts an average of 80 years, plus or minus 25 years. And the last one ended just towards the end of the Second World War in 1945. So following this model, we're actually right at the end of a long-term debt cycle. And because it's on such a long time frame, most people are completely blind to it because almost no one's personally experienced this. And that's why he has this saying called shirt sleeves to shirt sleeve in 3 generations. Basically saying how people from different generations behave very differently when it comes to investing. So the first generation who've actually experienced a sort of crash like this will be very cautious because they can see the effects, they know how horrendous it can be. But as time goes on, as you get to the second and third generation, that memory of it fades and people completely forget the notion of that risk and then take bigger and bigger risks until it happens all over again. So just a reminder not to get too carried away, and remember, in the underlying background, there's still a huge level of risk we're exposed to at the moment.